Um, I got to go on the road, play a good Texas Tech team out there, a place that's always been hard for us to play. Those kids always play extremely hard, and it's obviously one of the more storied and tradition games that we've had, dating back to the Southwest Conference days and Big 12 days. So it's always a big challenge going out there, and you know, we'll have to play really well, still without our top two leading scorers and leading rebounders. So we're a bit wounded right now, but you know what? Ain't nobody calling me saying, "Hey, let's put it off a week, 2 weeks, or a year." I'm sure they smell blood in the water. So we got to get ready to play.
Howard, go ahead.
Hey Vic, Happy New Year to you. Couple things. One, just when you look at this game against Baylor, I'm wondering how much you think the challenges from the turnovers are a direct result of Rory being out, and how much of it you think was exacerbated by just, the way Baylor's playing you.
I certainly think that they played us extremely aggressive. I mean, there were numerous illegal screens that weren't called. That it's hard enough to guard them without letting somebody clip you from behind double-digit times in a game. So they played us extremely tough. They guarded us hard. Obviously, we missed Rory. There's no question about it. And we're going to have to, we've got to play better. Like defensively, we were just, we're different right now. And like I said, it was really complicated by things that were allowed to go on during the course of the game. So we've got to be better. I've got to coach better and teach better. But the turnovers, I think, again, when the ball's not in the best point guard in the country's hands, things are going to happen.
It makes sense. And I guess the flip side of this is having Madison as your primary point guard. Obviously, you have size there. I'm wondering if there are things you're able to do, wrinkles you're able to introduce, and related to it. How long does it take to do that, especially in season?
Yeah, I mean, she really is a different look. And, she can really create some problems, I think, for people. And we're gonna try to do some things with her. And throughout the course of the year, we'll have to be different, Howard. And you've followed me long enough. I've not had a point guard like her. A big-bodied. Rory had turned into a scoring point guard this year, but typically Morgan, Jazz, those kids were all table setters. Now, if you didn't guard them and pay attention to them, they'd be racking it and laying it in on you. And if you didn't guard them at the line, they were good enough out there to make shots. But I think Madison's a little bit different. You're gonna have to really pay attention to her. And obviously, the other night she was really special with 25, got to the line 10 times, shot 50% from the floor, and ran our team. So that's a full day's job for anybody. But when you're asking a freshman to do it, it's really difficult. I was really proud of her. She had a bit of a rough start, but man, did she respond. And I couldn't be more proud of her effort.
Thanks, Vic. I appreciate it.
Noah?
Hey, Coach, just quickly, I mean, it sounds like Taylor's not playing it. And any update on her, or just still day-to-day?
I don't have an update. With her, it seems like, no, it's one thing after another. So we just have to, I can only worry about the hand I got. I got 12 healthy kids. That's who I'm taking to Lubbock. Everybody else is staying here and doing whatever they need to do. But I'm at a point right now where I need 12 warriors that can go to battle. And that's what I'm taking to Lubbock right now.
And then is there anything kind of galvanizing about what you guys are going through right now and hoping the team kind of rallies together?
I think what galvanizes a team is the team itself, what makes up those kids. And I think we've got some competitors in the room. I think we've got kids that love competing, love to play the game. And I think that was evident the other day playing Baylor. So you know, for us to play that well offensively with 2 days prep is encouraging. And, you know, so we'll you know, we've got to keep our aggressiveness up. We got to keep people on their heels on that end. We just got to be a little better defensively right now.
Jim?
Vic, how do you make up for that loss of a ball pressure disruptor like Rory on defense? I mean,
Yeah,
you're talking about playing defense. How do you do it? How do you make up for that?
you're not going to make up for it. You know, we're different. There's no way around it. We're different, unlike any team I've had in a long time. And you know, I've really, you know, had to really step back and really rack my brain, do some research myself on just some of the teams I've had in the past, and just, you know, it's not about reinventing the wheel, but we're going to have to find a different way to crank that wheel and turn it. And,
Right.
you know, especially on that end. And we still forced 22 turnovers the other day against Baylor. So that's certainly encouraging when you don't have your disruptor, you know, on the floor. But the thing Rory provided is she not only did a great job herself on the ball or guarding off the ball, but she was a great help defender. Like, I'm trying to challenge this group right now. Who's going to be that help defender? This is the worst team I've ever had taking charges. You know, again, I wear that responsibility. That means I haven't done a good job coaching and teaching them. And so I've got to do a better job in that area so that we understand the importance of that play to me as the head coach. I want that play a part of our team. And I will not give in to that. I will not. So I've got to coach better and teach better, and I've got to impart that to my players. Aaliyah Moore, I got to get her playing better. That kid, we need her. And she's a good help defender when she's locked in. But, you know, it's the thing that's challenging for her, Gisela, right now is they're just still trying to come back off those injuries, and it's just a grind for them, man. They got to keep competing, man. You know, when things get hard, you either fight or flight. And those guys got to keep fighting, man. Those two great kids. I love them and I need them. You know, Gisela's had a couple of really good days in practice now. Probably as good flying around and looking comfortable like her old self in high school that I've seen since she's been here. Well, when you can start stacking those days in practice, you got a chance maybe to do something in a game. So I just got to get it out of them. That's the bottom line. It's my job, but it's really difficult when you take somebody like, you know, Rory off your team. You know, it just, so many things. That's why I've been telling the country she's the best guard baseline to baseline in the world because of what she did on both ends of the floor and the impact she made in the game. And there's just nobody else in the country like her. So we got to find a way to do it.
Can I follow up with that real quick on just tell me about Madison as a defender, because obviously, you know, a lot of times for freshmen, that's the great mystery of, you know, this level of college basketball. How is she on that side of the court for you? And where can you take her?
Yeah, she's better than average because she plays hard. You know, she wants to please on that end. She's not trying to take plays off or thinking that, you know, I don't have to do it or whatever. So she's really, you know, again, for a freshman, she's accepting. First of all, that kid is so coachable. She answers you, yes, sir. She looks you in the eye when you're coaching her. I mean, those are all the things that's going to allow her to be great. And, you know, she's humble enough to want to be coached. And so it's, you know, so she's better than average is my answer. And pretty smart, you know, her basketball IQ is off the chart. So she's pretty smart.
Howard?
Thanks, Vic.
Vic, just, you know, obviously leaving aside getting an extra year for Blair to take more charges, I'm wondering, what are you seeing in terms of where, having done this research, you can make this up? You know, Roy's doing some things that you're not going to be able to get from Madison. But like, is it more turnovers? Is it crashing the boards more? You know, what is your research telling you needs to happen?
Yeah, again, I think you can't keep trying to do something maybe that you're not capable of doing as a team. There's got to be a different way to get the results you want, if that makes sense. Maybe it's your field goal percentage defense gets better. You know, you hold people to a better field goal percentage defense, and then you reduce those offensive boards and second chance points that you're giving people. You know, so if you're not creating turnovers, you know, this team has been pretty good shooting the ball, you know, and so you know, if we can consistently score the ball like we are at the percentage we're shooting it at, then I think it becomes a field goal percentage defense goal. Might not get the 20 plus turnovers a year that we've had forever, but we're still going to win because we will contest and rebound and then still be good offensively. So I think that's where we're at.
Thanks, Vic.
Yeah.
Gina?
Hi, Vic. I was just wondering, what do you think about Madison makes her so coachable?
She's humble. She has humility. She's a great kid. She wants to be great. She doesn't think she knows it all. Again, that's the kind of kid she is. It's how she's been raised. She's just a great kid. She's a good Christian kid. I just think that people like that are grounded and understand that, hey, I want to be as good as I can be, and I'm in an environment where I can do that. I think the sky's the limit. And you know, that kid's going to be great because she wants to be great, and she gets it. And that's pretty mature, everything I just said, for an 18-year-old. And so just, I think all those things go into anyone who wants, you know, who understands it, wants to be good. That's where you have to be as a person, I think.
All right. Hey, Madison, you know, I think the prevailing tale after the game Saturday was how much you stepped up. Just kind of what have the discussions been like as far as you taking a bigger role, how everyone thinks Saturday went against Baylor, and just kind of what you envision your role being the rest of the season?
I mean, obviously Rory's out for the rest of the season, so I'm point guard for the rest of the season. I mean, people said I did good, you know. They said I stepped it up when it was time to step up. I still, you know, hard on myself. I have 5 turnovers at the point guard position, and one of Coach Schaefer's main thing is if the point guard don't turn it over, then like the rest of the team don't turn it over. So I think it just starts with me, honestly. The big lesson I learned it started with me. It started with how I go into the game. So I mean, obviously my teammates have a lot of confidence in me, and so I'm just like right off their confidence.
Madison, Howard Med-Dahl at the Nets. Thanks for taking the time to chat with us. Had a couple of questions about specifically playing the point guard position. I haven't just looked at video, and you know, you've collected 17 assists over these last 2 games. What are you seeing that's different? What are some potential advantages that you have being a bigger point guard in this system? What are some ways that you're going to be able to use that size to your advantage?
Well, a couple last games, a smaller defender has guarded me. So, I mean, I can definitely just like take them off the bounce, go to the rim, or get to my pull up because they can't reach my length. I just have a lot more like opportunity at the point guard to get to my shot and also to pass to my teammates.
And just related to Rory being out, has it started to feel normal? You know, it's obviously a huge change. You know, has it started to be something where you're able to adjust to it, or is that just still an ongoing process?
It's not normal at all right now. I'm still it's just some things I still forget like that Rory does. It's not normal at all. I'm still learning the ropes of this.
Thanks, Madison. Appreciate it.
And then Madison, I just wanted to ask about Big 12 play opening up. Obviously, your first time heading into conference play. You know what this conference can do, and you guys are the defending champs. Just excitement to get things going in conference play for you.
Yeah, honestly, I think we're all hyped, you know. I mean, first loss in conference, we was down a little bit, but we actually like held our own without Rory. Lost just losing only 6 points, right, to Baylor, a top 10 team. So I think after that loss, we kind of felt kind of down. But then also looking on the bright side was we still like put up a good fight. So I mean, just going just like throughout conference, we're working every day. We we expect, to be back in that same position and have the same results.
And I know you as Texas are never really viewed as the David and the David versus Goliath thing, but is there something with Rory injury, Taylor been out a couple games that you guys kind of want to galvanize together and say, it's I don't know if it's like a Texas versus everybody thing, but is there something like nobody believes in Texas now and you guys kind of want to get that feeling going together?
I mean, we haven't really talked about it, but I mean, we know people expect us not to do that well since Rory and Taylor are out, probably like our two top defenders and scorers that do a lot for us on the team. Like I said, we really haven't thought that deep of it. Like we're just coming in here, we're working, we're getting better every day. We're working on what is missing right now. People have to step up. So like every day we're working, every day we're competing for a spot on this team.
And Madison, what else needs to happen? When you talk about that stepping up, what else do you think you need to see from this team to get where you want to go? I know this is a team with championship aspirations.
Yeah, I really just think it's defense. Defense needs to step up a lot. I mean, Rory and Taylor is leading our team in blocks right now. Rory, she leads us our team in charges, steals, whatever, like just all defense. But what needs to happen? I mean, just defense. I mean, you saw that we put up a lot of points still against Baylor without Taylor nor Rory. So, I mean, our offense is still like a Power 5 offense. Like, it's still strong. It's just defense needs to be our main priority right now.
Appreciate it.
I follow up on that real fast because Rory was the defensive player of the year in the Big 12 last year. So how does playing defense change with her absence?
Not a lot of pressure on the ball. I mean, just little things. When Rory's on the court, I think she helped our offense, like our defense flow. A lot of movement on defense, a lot of talking on defense. So I think that's where I come in. I have to step up more, being vocal on that end, just to try to get our team back in that position where we're more vocal, where we have a flow of defense, where we're always in help side. So, I mean, we can't make up for everything, but we can definitely try.
Anything else for Maddie?
Yes, I actually have two questions. Sorry, I had tech issues. Maddie, real quick, sorry if this has already been asked, but what has Rory kind of been like saying to you in terms of like kind of like stepping into that kind of main point guard role?
She's just been telling me this is my team now. I have to be more vocal. I have to be more of a leader on the court. She kind of helps me on the side. She tells me like if she sees something that I miss, she'll mention it to me. Honestly, she's just there she's there to help, and it's been a big help, especially in the last game.
Yeah, and kind of a follow-up to that, despite the loss, do you kind of feel like your performance was like a confidence booster in any type of way for you?
Um, Confidence booster. Yeah, it was, I feel. Just confidence that I see that my teammates have in me and also that I have in myself. Um, the way I was able to bounce back from kind of my first quarter, it was kind of a lot of turnovers in our first quarter. So the way I bounced back and my teammates knew I was gonna bounce back, it brought a lot of confidence to my game now.